Hello,
We're
fronds
back.
and anemones. Sorry, that was my dumb intro. Hi, Stitchy friends. It's been a long time since we made a video because, you know,
Pandemic.
everything,
And moving and
everything, just, you know, the general everything. So yeah, we are in a new space, which we're not going to show you because it's tiny and it's messy and, you know, it functions for what we need it to do, but it's not something that we're going to show off to anybody.
though if you ever visited our old space when we had just started working in there, it was also messy and tiny.
Yeah,
But this is tinier.
this is tinier and
Probably the same amount of mess, it's just in a tinier space.
yep. It's organized in a way that we, as people who are fulfilling orders, can easily find stuff, but it's definitely not something that you want to browse as a customer. But that's okay, because we're not actually open to the public. We have switched over to being online only, so.
But if you live in Corvallis, we do free deliveries to your place. So.
Yep, we'll drop it off at your doorstep. Potentially ring your doorbell and run away.
We wear masks
then-
when we drop stuff off,
Yeah.
so don't worry about it.
Yep. But then you'll, like, open your door and you'll have cross-stitch. It's not like a ding-dong ditch. It's more like a ding-dong gift that you bought for
It's
yourself.
like a delivery.
It's a delivery. So yeah, that's basically what's been happening for the last however many months it's been since we've made a video. Like 6
Probably
months?
since the first lockdown phase,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yep.
Because we did one video, the last video, I believe is the one that we did in the trailer. But
Yeah, that's
that didn't
right.
work out because there's a 4-year-old. So
Yeah. My
Who
daughter wants to.
wants to play
Be
and likes
involved.
being in the trailer. So
So yeah, but yep. So we've moved out of my basement and we are now in our little office space, which is actually just like one block over from our old retail space. It's
Yeah.
just in downtown Corvallis.
if you're familiar with Corvallis, we are in kind of this. Is it the same building or is it just like our building is kind of encapsulated by Inkwell?
I think Inkwell is in our building.
Okay.
It's like the same building. If you
We're
know
kind
where
of like our doorway's like in between there too.
where Inkwell is, yeah. So we're right above that, and there's other stuff like offices, massage.
There's a
place.
photographer right next to us.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool little building. So it has like kind of a terrifying elevator, but that's cool. It has an elevator, so we didn't have to tote like a cajillion boxes of patterns upstairs, which is nice.
Yeah.
Unlike in my house.
That
But-
was a logistical nightmare.
It really was. But it's done now, and we're here, so here we are.
And it's mostly organized.
Yeah, just, it's organized to be functional. We're still working on doing some stuff. And if you've been paying attention to the site, you've noticed that we've started putting our linens on there.
Finally.
Actually, almost all the linens that we have are on the site. And I'm getting started on the Ada, but since we're doing the Black Friday sale right now, I'm not touching the fabric at the moment. We're just kind of focusing on, you know, getting orders out the door. But yeah, and then we'll start getting the Ada and stuff on the site. Or at least the Ada that we have that's like full yards instead of the pre-cut pieces. But yeah, we started doing our fabrics as mostly fat quarters or fat eighths. So if you're looking for some linens, we've got some really nice colors. I'm always surprised. There's one color we have called Petrol that's kind of a teal color. That's beautiful in a 28 count linen that nobody ever buys. I'm like, but it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what I
It
would
would be
stitch
really
on
pretty.
it, but it's really pretty.
If you want to do like, I don't know, like if you have a monochrome pattern, because that way like you can show off how nice the fabric looks and
Yeah.
do very minimalist
Maybe, like, a
colors. Or if you
long-
want to go like super bright, like that one pattern, the unicorn tapestry one.
Oh yeah,
From
that would
Tiny,
be really cool.
Tiny
on there.
Modernist. I'll insert a photo of that. That one would be really pretty because it is
Yeah, that
designed
would
to
be-
be on like a
It's like
teal
a-
blue background. Anyway,
Yeah, it's like a lighter blue. This one's a little bit darker, but it would still look really nice on it.
Yeah.
Or you could do like a Longdog Sampler if
Yeah.
you're doing like monochrome or even a variegated on top of this would be really cool.
yeah. I saw someone in Stitch Mania. He did a. Oh, it might have been long. No, I don't think it was Long Dog, but it was like a Quaker style one, and he swapped the colors out to make them very vibrant. It was a Christmas one that he's doing. It looks really cool.
Cool. I've been feeling the weird urge to do a Christmas stitch lately, which is strange because I usually don't.
Yeah, I really do. I'll do like cardinal-y things because like the I think, like, wintry stuff I'm fine with. I'm just not a big Christmas person.
Yeah, I just bought the new pattern from Wild Violet Cross Stitch, which we'll put a link in there. Ryan released a pattern that's the I'll Be Home for Christmas. It's like a little Christmassy looking house in a snow globe shape. And I think I might kit that one up and start working on it because I totally need another whip. We don't have any of our whips with us today because we don't like sit up here and work on our stitching.
Also, I haven't really been stitching that much lately. Like I'm working on a test stitch for a designer right now that I kind of keep going back and forth from because it's taking a little bit longer than I thought. Plus, I've got like 12,000 other things to be doing with like job stuff and then here and
just everything.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I've weirdly, for a while there, I really wasn't stitching just because, you know, depression brain and the pandemic and everything going on was just like, I just couldn't.
Well, plus she has to do homeschooling now.
Yeah, it's kind of homeschoolish. My daughter is in preschool, but it's through a Zoom class that meets 3 mornings a week, and it's only like half an hour, so the rest of it's just me trying to entertain.
It's like supplemental learning,
me trying
and
to entertain my kid. And so luckily she's an only child, and she's apparently taken after me. I was also an only child because she's like super imaginative and enjoys drawing and doing stuff like that. So she can entertain herself pretty effectively if I need to do like get some stuff on the website here and that kind of thing. And I'm also a freelance writer, so I've taken up a writing job again. But it's not too much time out of my month, but I do need like some time to like actually do the writing. Yeah. But yeah, so I hadn't been stitching much. I forgot where I was going with this. I hadn't been stitching much since the pandemic started, but lately I've sort of picked it back up, and I've been working on Witchboard. But I've been saying this since we started our channel.
Yeah,
I've been working on Witchboard by Cottage Garden Samplings. Although I started it on an Ada and then decided to switch over to the old Salem linen from Primitive Hare. So I've been working on that one, but I've been doing it has 2 trees that sort of frame the board, like a Ouija board, and it's just lots of fill. And I just got like frustrated with the tree. I was like, I don't want to look at this tree anymore.
Yeah.
So I switched over to work on, it's Witch House by Blackwood and Briar, who, she only has a couple of cross-stitch patterns that I found. She does a lot of photography stuff, though. But her pattern is really cool, and it's based on the Corwin house in Salem, and so I've been kind of working on that one. And I've been doing an embroidery piece, like a pre-printed embroidery sampler thing from Cozy Blue. It's mushrooms. It's like a mushrooms with moon phases and stuff like that. So I decided to change up the colors that she used. So I'm looking forward to getting that one done so I can see what all the colors look like together. And then I've just got like 15 other whips that I haven't touched lately. Oh, I've started putting together. I ordered, when did I order that? Back at like the end of March. I ordered a Baba Yaga kit from Owl Forest, which is in Russia.
I thought it was Ukraine. Russia or Ukraine?
Russia.
Okay.
Owl Forest is Russia. So yeah, I ordered this kit, and then Russia shut down their postal system. And so it sat in limbo for like 2 or 3 months, and then finally got to me. But it got to me during the summer. I just was like, I need to finish other stuff before I do this. But finally, I just like whatever, and got out the linen and put it on my Q-snap.
Excuse me.
Put it on my Q-snap, and I've started like bobbining up the threads and stuff, because it comes with several hand-dyed threads from the company that are pretty nice. So I haven't started it yet, but soon.
I did a lot of stitching kind of in the middle there, like after because I got into a real depression hole at the beginning of lockdown, because, you know, it's scary. And once I kind of got myself out of that, I was stitching a lot and like trying to finish a lot of stuff that I had kind of in my little whip pile. So I finished a lot of stuff, or like did a lot of started and finished some stuff, and then I kind of that petered out a bit. I did do some crochet and stuff. I'm working on a little like a little baby jacket for a friend, but I wanted to try and make a little baby cardigan type thing, because I've never
pattern is super cute
made one before. I've made baby hats I've made blankets. I've made little, like, toys, like the amigurumi crochet things. But I haven't made any clothing. So I figured I'd start with a baby size one.
A little faster to finish.
But I messed something up on it, so I have to pull some stitches on that and figure out what I'm doing with it. Also trying to get through my yarn stash without buying any more yarn.
I should pick up my knitting again, but I've just got too much stuff going on to pull it out. I grabbed a couple of nice Malabrigo wools from a yarn shop down in Eugene, Cozy, and I was like, I'm gonna learn to make a hat. It hasn't happened yet. It's still sitting there by my desk, but that's okay. There's so much other stuff going on that I don't feel like I need to beat myself up over not having learned how to knit a hat yet. Although now it's getting into hat weather. It's cold today, so I kind of wish I had made one.
Yeah, I think that's the reason my brain's kind of shifted into crochet mode again, because it's like, yes, it's cozy time.
We must make warm things.
Let's make warm things.
Yeah.
We have a whole bunch of new embroidery kits.
We do, and we've got new cross-stitch stuff too, but let's do the embroidery kits first, because we've got some really cool stuff that we've gotten in. New designers and some new kits from designers that we've already been carrying. First of all, we'll do a new designer, Kiriki Embroidery. A lot of the stuff that Kiriki Press does is like little felt, felt dolls and stuff like that, but they do carry a nice line of embroidery samplers, like stitch samplers, with different themes. And we have some that are not actually on the site yet, because I'm trying to figure out a way to do like a Zoom class for like beginner and then intermediate embroidery stuff. And but this is one of the stitch samplers that we carry. There are different themes. This is the winter one. So as you can see, sorry, I'm trying to get it so the light's not too glaring on there. It has a little motif in the center that you can stitch, and then it also teaches you how to do the stitches that you'll use in the motif. And each of the ones we have uses slightly different stitches. They have a lot of the same stitches in them, but you'll have like one or two that are different on each of the samplers. So basically it gives you a way to figure out how to do this, but also a cute little thing to hang up on a hoop in your wall, and a hoop on your wall, or that kind of thing. So we have quite a few of the Kiriki samplers. Another new one, Holly Audley. I came across Holly Audley's stuff on Kickstarter because she had done a Kickstarter for a little oracle deck. It's kind of like a tarot deck, but not. It doesn't use the same format as a tarot. It's basically just like draw a card and it has a thing on it, and then you read about the
roughly the same idea.
I kind of collect that kind of stuff. I think they're cool. So I came across her stuff that way on Kickstarter. Then when we were poking around on this, it's like a wholesale. What's the word I'm looking for? Sorry, I'm having a brain fart. It's like a mass wholesale site, so people who create things can create an account there and sell through this site instead of selling on their own website as wholesale.
It's kind of
marketplace.
Like
it's like a wholesale marketplace. Yeah. And so I was poking around and found her stuff on there, and she has stuff like stationery and things like that, but she had embroidery kits, and I was like, oh my god, I love it. So we started carrying some of her embroidery kits, and I swear I'm gonna have to just like buy a couple of these myself to stitch because they're really cute. First of all, the stuff that's a little more like what I saw on her Kickstarter, you've got like little spooky bat. As you can see, the fabric is pre-printed, so basically you can just stitch over the lines, and you can stitch as much or as little as you want, and you've still got a cool little thing. It's pre-hooped, so you don't have to mess with that, which is always nice. Here's another one that's kind of in that same style. It has a cute little key on it. I really like the key one. It's really pretty. It's that one. I'm gonna end up like buying my own stock here and stitching it myself, but whatever. Then she also has
like pop culture ones.
Pop culture ones, either like characters or famous people kind of thing. First of all is our goddess, our queen, Dolly Parton, which is super adorable, and I love this kit very much. And then another one that we have is Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec. It says, "I regret nothing, the end," from Parks and Recreation. Sorry, you got a little crooked in this box there, but that's okay.
I wanted to say, like, I do what I want.
I
have a permit, I do what I want.
I know what I'm about to sign. Or I know more about this than you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another new designer that we have is MCreativeJ, who's another Pacific Northwest designer, and she has some really cool stuff. First of all, there are some kits. She's based in Western Washington, which is kind of like in the Pacific Northwest. If you're not from around here, if you haven't been here, the idea of it is that it's rainy all the time and everything is really
But it's only like one half of the state.
Yeah, it's like
basically.
part of the
Actually,
state.
I would say like 1/3 of the state.
Yeah. So basically where the Cascades go down, if you're west of the Cascades, it's
That's
rainy.
the rainy part.
If you're east of the Cascades, it's high desert for the most part. And so...
And I have driven through it.
Yep. She has this one, which is a desert landscape embroidery kit. Comes with the nice burgundy fabric that you see there and the threads and stuff that you'll need to stitch it. And I just really love the color and texture combination on that one. It's really beautiful. Another one she has is it looks a little closer to what we have here in our part of the Pacific Northwest. There's mountains and tulips. I love that one.
It's not tulip season currently, but there is a farm up kind of towards Portland.
Yeah,
that
outside
does...
of not Wilsonville.
I thought it was Wilsonville.
It is Wilsonville. Sorry, I was
Yeah.
thinking. No, it's wherever the Tesla's charger is.
Isn't that Wilsonville?
No.
Oh, you're right. Hang on.
Woodburn.
It's another W.
Yeah, it's east of Woodburn, over toward there. And if you get there when the weather is nice and right, you've got like fields of tulips and Mount Hood in the background. It's
very
beautiful.
pretty. We didn't go this year, obviously.
Yeah,
but
they didn't have
last
the
year we
tulip
got to go.
festival last
And
year.
it was
It's the
very
Wooden
nice.
Shoe Tulip Farm. But yeah, that's what this reminds us of very much, is going to that and looking at all the tulips and stuff. And this one also comes with the fabric and everything that you need to transfer it on there. She also does what she calls peel, stick, and stitch. They're basically pre-printed little pieces of water dissolvable interfacing. So you just sort of peel off the back, stick it onto your fabric, stitch over it, and then you just soak it in some water and it melts away.
You can do your embroidery on your clothing.
You can do it on your clothing. Some of the ones that she has, she's sort of made specifically to be like patches. I think this is the desert one, but wait, no, this is just regular landscapes. But yeah, you can make them as patches, or you can put it on a hoop if you just want to stitch a hoop for your wall, something like that. These are really cool, and we have several designs on these, and they're really easy to use. You just like literally slap it on there, stitch it, and then rinse it out, and it's gone. So those are really neat, and we're really happy to have her stuff here. And our final new designer is Budgiegoods, which is also Pacific Northwest. She's based in Portland, and she collaborates with other artists, like Little Truth Studio and Lisa Congdon Illustrators, basically artists and illustrators that are also Portland-based. Pardon all the rattling, I'm trying to organize my pile of stuff to show off here. So Little Truth Studios, we have a few of theirs. There's the Hafiz pattern, which is really pretty. It's got moons and mushrooms on it. I'm like, that's right up my alley. I really like that one a lot. And look at the little bee at the bottom. Oops, sorry, kind of reflected a little cute there. And then also, this one is another Little Truth Studio, the Noticing the Little Things. Again, with the mushrooms, which is, again, it was just like perfectly
We like a good mushroom.
Pacific Northwesty here. Some of the Lisa Congdon ones we have. Oh, I'm sorry, one more Little Truth Studio. The One Planet, One People, which feels really relevant at the moment. So this is a really nice kit too. I like the colors that they use in that one. It's very pretty. The Lisa Congdon illustration, we've got a few of her kits.
Like Scandy Birds.
It's birds. And if you want to get French, fleur with bird also. But yeah, nice monochrome there. It's like a retro modern style.
Yeah, it feels very 70s to me.
Yeah. And it's super cute, so you can see
Not that I was born during the 70s or anything.
I was.
Or at least existed during the 70s.
I was born during the last gasp of the 70s. But yep.
You know, that holdover stuff that was still in the house in the 80s.
Yeah. The stuff that was in my grandma's house all through my childhood. And then there's also another Lisa Congdon that is just
Kitties.
cats.
Long cats.
Long cats. We thought that one was really cute. So that's it for the new designers that we've started carrying.
We may have some other like new cross-stitch designers, but there's a lot, and
yeah, it's been a long time since we've made a video.
just look at our new arrivals page. You'll see whatever's in there.
Some of the new stuff we have from designers we've already been carrying. This is Hook, Line, and Tinker, who is Canadian. Mm-hmm. She's based in Nova Scotia. Am I saying
Yes.
that? Yes, she is based in Ketch Harbor, Nova Scotia. She has a series of Hygge patterns, like Hygge, if you haven't heard
It's the
the
cozy
buzzword.
Scandinavian thing.
like
That's
the-
how it's pronounced.
Hygge. It's spelled Hygge, but it's Hygge.
I will actually include the video where we learned how to say it,
Yep.
because neither of us,
we were like, Hygge? No, that's not right. Okay.
like
It's
my brain
Hygge.
tries to translate things as French first, because that's the other foreign language that I'm better at. I should say, I used to be fluent. But I'm just like, well, none of those would probably be pronounced in French, so that's not going to work.
But she has a set of 3 animals. I'm only going to show you the Hygge horse here, but there's also a reindeer and a dove. But you can see it's got the Scandinavian design, the nice monochrome blue embroidery. Those are really cute.
And again, these all come with the materials you need.
Everything is included in here, including a needle. The pattern is printed directly onto the fabric, so you don't even have to bother with transferring
You
it.
do have to put them in the hoop, though.
You do have to. But her kits are great. I've stitched a couple of them already, and I love her kits.
She has
so much.
very detailed, helpful instructions too.
Yeah.
So they are aimed at beginners, but also like some are advanced beginner. But honestly, if you're even not a beginner, I think it would still be fun to do.
This one is flexible difficulty, which is easy to ambitious beginner. So you can basically choose the stitches that you want to use. She gives you suggestions for like what she used when she stitched
And
the
like
model.
when to stitch certain things. Like if there's like do the hair first and then do the outside part of it so it lays nicely.
Yep. So, the nice thing about most of these embroidery kits we carry is that they are very flexible. So if you are an advanced embroiderer, you can go crazy and do all sorts of interesting stitches on it. But if you're just learning, you can also just use basic stitches. So it's really nice. That's why it makes a really good gift too. If somebody's just wanting to get into stitching, is that you can just say, here, look, it's got this. Here's some instructions. If you need some more, there's YouTube channels, that kind of thing. This is another one of the new ones from Hook, Line, and Tinker, the Knit and Kitten. So
There you go.
there we are. It's a cat that knits. It's great.
How do you do that? You don't have thumbs.
More knit. Oh, I did have. I'm sorry. I do have the Hygge dove. Oh, too. I just didn't grab the reindeer for some reason. But yeah, you can see that you've got all sorts of different stitches that you can use in there. It's very Scandinavian. Very.
It reminds
nice
me of
looking.
like the old Pyrex.
Yeah, it does look like that.
Like,
yeah.
bowls and stuff.
Yep. Another one that's kind of in the same vein, looking sort of Scandinavian and stuff, is Sweater Weather. A sheep. It's a sheep in a sweater. Great. And let's see. There's Gild the Lily. This one I think is a little more beginner friendly because it's mostly just going to be like straight line style stitches. So you could use back stitching or stem stitch, that kind of thing. But Gild the Lily with a lovely fish and some lily pads.
Goldfish.
Yep. And this one, actually I've been meaning, I want to get this one for myself. The Lunenburg.
Buy the stuff before we buy it ourselves.
Isn't it pretty? I've never been to a place that looks like this, but I really want to go. Like
I've seen them in like Scandinavian murder mysteries that I watch.
Yep. We've got like pictures of, oh, look at this lovely little coastal town on a fjord in Norway or whatever. And I'm like, yes, take me there. I want to go see it. My poor husband is like, you want to go where?
It's like, no. Especially not now.
Yeah, not now. But I know my brother-in-law is a professor, and he was supposed to go on sabbatical this year. Obviously that didn't happen, but they were going to go and spend like half the year in Sweden. And so there was talk of us going to visit them while they were staying in Sweden, because he was going to work with somebody at a university there. And I'm really
And like the
sad.
kids were learning Swedish.
The
and
kids
stuff,
were learning
too.
Swedish, and they were getting everything ready, and then the pandemic happened, so that did not happen.
Yeah.
But one day.
But
one
hey,
day
they're
I'm
learning
gonna get to
another language. That's
Scandinavian.
cool.
Yeah, and yep. So I'm guessing that got pushed off to later, but well, it's probably like everything. It's just become
It's
sort
kind
of
of
a
up in
play
the
it by
air.
ear thing. But yeah, now let's move on to cross stitch. Now that we've done the embroidery, we've restocked somebody that we carry but haven't restocked in a while. Junebug and Darlin are also based in Portland. That's something that we like to do, especially when we had the retail shop open, but even now we like to sort of amplify local artists, like Pacific Northwest artists. So we're
And Corvallis is a very like, support local businesses type of place
Yeah.
anyway. So
Yep, we really
it was a big draw to local customers, I think, to be like, hey, this person, like, we had another designer who we need to restock from, who's based out of Salem, and, like, a couple other people. And
somebody
just,
based in,
cool.
like, Vancouver, Washington.
Yeah, Poplush is based out of, I think, Vancouver, Washington.
Yeah, she's in Vancouver, Washington. Junebug and Darlin is in Portland. So, yeah, we try to find the local designers and give them
we'll even
another place
consider like Northern California like kind of local because it's like close.
It is kind of like the top part of California is sort of Pacific Northwestern.
I realize this is sacrilege to say in Oregon. I'm probably about to be kicked out of the state as we speak.
There's like people banging on the door. Get out of here!
I'm not from here originally. Neither is she.
Neither am I. My husband grew up in California. So
he's one of those.
But he was born in Hawaii, so that seems to be okay for most people here. We just say we're like refugees from Texas and Ohio.
I've run into multiple people, especially when I worked at the library. They were like, "Oh, I'm from Michigan." I was like, "Hello,
hello, Midwesterner."
Yeah, we've all kind of run away from
the ranch.
I do say that a lot.
Yeah, so do I. But
we've determined that like the part of Texas she's from, which is like the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Yeah, well, they call it North Texas. It's not the northernmost part of Texas.
It's not
North Texas.
It's kind of like a mix between the Midwest and like the South. Like it's just kind of and like Texas because Texas is its own thing.
But yeah, we say oop and eat lots of ranch.
I really don't like ranch that much. But yeah, like there's this account, it's like Midwest versus everybody. I was like, oh my god, this is like 9/10 of my personality. Especially the that's yes.
That was
no, yeah, no is no.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Or yeah, no, definitely is yes.
Yep.
I'm sorry to anybody who's not a native English speaker and they don't understand how I talk. So I sound bonkers.
Yeah, I used to work in the writing center at my university, and we had a lot of international students come in, so sometimes they would come in not for work on like writing, but just to be like, can you help me with some of these English idioms? We're like, okay.
We'll try.
We'll try to explain why it says what it says, but still, it's kind of crazy. But anyway, back to Junebug and Darlin after that.
We'll have a separate thing about Midwestern jargon in another video.
So she has some for the holiday season, some Christmas. She does have a couple of Hanukkah patterns, but we don't have them in stock.
No.
If you're interested in them, let us know. Maybe we can find some. We'll do a couple of the ones that are just more like generic Christmassy wintry first. There's the Vintage Cabin, which I think is adorable. But if you remember from our old videos, I'm addicted to stitching houses. I've been kind of trying to design some cross-stitch stuff, and at this point it's all houses, so whatever. There's also a little poinsettia wreath.
I like this one. I like poinsettia. Like that's one of the few Christmassy things I enjoy.
Yeah.
Plus it's Scandinavian.
Yeah.
Kind of themed.
And it's maybe a little Quakery too, just with the way
it looks a bit
like
the I believe it's called Quaker Star.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It shows up a lot in quilting.
But yeah, I like the color. The colorway on that one is really pretty. And then there's the Activist Christmas. 'Tis the season for revolution. It does have back stitching, so beware. But her kits also come with everything that you need. Actually, it comes with 2 needles, so if you drop one in your couch cushions, you've got another one in the kit.
This is why we use needle minders, by the way. Yeah. They're very helpful.
But it does come with everything, the pattern, Aida, it's 14 count Aida cloth that comes with the floss that you need and a hoop.
They are aimed at beginners, so it's going to be 14 count Aida. I know a lot of seasoned stitchers don't enjoy stitching on that, but if you enjoy stitching on Aida, and it doesn't matter what, again, we stress, it doesn't matter what you want to stitch on as long as you like it.
If you like it, that's the best thing for you to stitch on.
But in case you are somebody who does not like Aida, these all come with Aida.
It's funny too because I've mostly been stitching on linen for like the last year or so, but I decided to pull out a piece of hand-dyed Aida that I had to stitch something for a gift swap for Halloween, and I was like, this is so enjoyable. I forgot that it's just easier and
there's less guesswork.
Yeah, it's less guesswork, and it looked really nice too. So
yeah,
I'll put a picture of that in here.
The one that I'm doing, because it's charted for Aida, I was like, okay, I will do this on 18 count because it's not on hand-dyed, it's just on solid black, and I was like, I just need to make this a lot easier on myself.
Especially on
because
black.
I'm stitching on black.
Yeah.
Although I did do that, It'll Pass one from Steph X Stitch, the flea bag one, on like 32 count black. It was like a mystery fabric, but I had it.
Yeah. I think it was a 32 we figured.
That one worked out okay. But
yeah, it's not that hard. It's just mainly a matter of finding something to go under.
It was more of a thing with the designer wanted it to be stitched and knitted because it's going to be her model. So I didn't want to mess with it too much.
We've got 2 more kind of activist cross stitches. There's Smash the Patriarchy and Feminist.
With cute flowers.
With cute flowers. They sort of go together. You could hang these on your wall as your Smash the Patriarchy stitch collection. And then this one is just cute. Maker, crafter, badass. So, that one's really adorable too. And,
Super cute.
That's it in terms of the kits that we have that are new.
And again, check the website. If the sale's still going on, the kits are included in the sale. So
the kits and patterns are on sale.
Yeah, it's all kits and patterns, including the I believe the sale includes the stuff that's on our 30% off sale too. So we have a bunch of older stuff that's on basically clearance. It's 30% off. So you can get yourself a nice little deal there.
Yep. And if you want to stock up, having the 30% off sale and then doing the 20% off on top of it makes for a really good reason to just like pad your stash out to the point where you'll never be able to stitch all
just
of
be
this
buried
stuff in
with
your
it.
life. Yep. Just it's like the
like
Vikings,
a pharaoh.
like Vikings, you know. It's like, oh, bury me with my sword or my hammer, and you
bury
know,
me with my unfinished cross-stitch projects.
Patterns. Let's see, new pattern stuff. We've got new Lady Stitches. This just came in yesterday.
And I think she just announced
when we're filming this.
too.
We came in Friday, and yep, she did just announce these. There's the adorable Mistletoe Loitering Society. Excuse me, I forgot the last word. It's on the back.
It
Why
has
did I
like
turn it
a
around?
lot of my favorite animals in it too.
Yes,
it has
so
cats. It has
cute.
penguins. It has a trash panda. Look, right there.
Yep.
Ignore my like busted nail.
And then there's also for our
Kitties.
cat owners, the accident-free days. Like, I would love to get a cat, but I'm kind of terrified of the...
Also, the dog would not enjoy that.
No, my dog would try to eat a cat if we had one, which is why we don't have a cat. But, yep.
I
Cute
used to
kitty
have
ones.
cats.
What else do we have of? Some of the newer stuff, there's sort of different designers that we've got in. Little House Needleworks has a little Gepetto. So it has a little line from the Pinocchio story in there and a cute little toy store and all that kind of stuff in
I have
it.
not seen Pinocchio in probably since I was a child.
I can't
don't think
remember if
Anna's
we
watched
watched
that.
it with my daughter. I know she has a whole bunch of like Disney storybooks and stuff like that, so she's read Pinocchio.
It's also how she
The
knows
Disney
Star Wars
Pinocchio
stuff.
anyway.
She hasn't watched the movies yet.
Yep, but she knows a lot about
She's
Star
watched
Wars.
the Forces of Destiny series because I've showed her those because they're really
They're cute.
charming. And it's all focused on like female characters throughout the various and sundry
Yeah.
versions of
Which is
them.
great.
Yeah, it's really good.
And then we have some AnnaLee Waite design ones, also some Christmassy patterns. So it's like cute little, fairly fast stitches. They're not super huge. There's the little Christmas card with a Christmas tree, and the Christmas bicycle, which is very on brand for Corvallis anyway.
Yes, we are a
For
bicycling
Oregon in
town.
general. Happy holidays, just cute. I like this one. It's got a lot of fill on it, but I
got
really
trees.
like it. It's the trees. And these are charted with DMC, but it would be really cool to do this with overdyes, to like go through and pick out 3 different overdyed greens to fill the trees with.
You could also
think that would be really
potentially mix your DMC threads by doing
Yeah.
like one strand of each color, or getting very similar shades and like doing different lines.
But yeah, as you can see, you've got a lot of fill space there, so you could do all sorts of interesting things with that one to sort of customize it for you. And then there's a reindeer, which is another quick stitch. The stitch count sounds fairly large. It's 112 by 95, but as you can see, there's a lot of
It includes the
white space in it.
spaces, Yeah.
So there's that one. We have a couple from With Thy Needle and Thread that are super adorable. I'm gonna have to show this one to my mom because she likes snowmen. But look at the little snowman, and it's cold outside. That one's really adorable, and I like the colors that she chose there too. Kind of like
It's
the
more
pastel
pastel.
winter stuff. I'm really into that. And speaking of which, there's another one, the little snowman and the hot cocoa, and I really like it on the green. I think it was stitched on Kermit linen by Picture This Plus, but you should be able to just find any kind of pale green or
you
bright
can
green.
dye it.
Dye it yourself
It's
if
really
you
not
want.
that hard. If
been
you have
wanting
the
to-
stuff and you're able to,
Yeah,
move all that stuff around. And
yeah. I've been
should
wanting.
say.
Oh, I missed an AnnaLee Waite one. Whoops, sorry. Merry Christmas. Little Christmas patterns. Packages. Hi. Presents. That's the
They
word I
could
was
be
looking
filled
for.
with patterns.
They could be filled with patterns. Hey. Then we've got one new Lily Violette, which is Christmas is Natale is the name of it. But yeah, that one's really cute. I like her stuff so much. It's just adorable. And there's like a little bunny with flowers. That's great. This one is, who is this? Artful Offerings, Cranberry Christmas. This one I just
very, like, prim
picked up.
style.
Yeah, it's very primitive style. Excuse me, I really like that one.
They have some cute patterns.
Yeah, they had one from Halloween I really liked a lot. I can't remember the name of it.
All I remember is their little sailor bird.
I forgot about the little bird. That was
like,
great.
look at this boy.
And then we have a couple from Tra-La-La collection. There is Christmas Night, Nuit de Noël, with Santa Claus and some reindeers and stuff. And then Souris Noël, which is Christmas Mouse. Thank you, Eddie Izzard, for teaching me that word. I never learned it in my French classes in high school or college. So
We definitely didn't learn the souris sur la table.
Le souris sur la table. Then, exciting news, we've restocked our Witchy Stitcher patterns.
Creepy stuff.
Creepy stuff. And we've got a couple of, is it a couple? One Creepy Christmas. Sorry, I thought we had more. Oh wait, we do. It's just, I didn't grab it to show in this video. But it'll be linked. We'll link the Witchy Stitcher collection down here. We've restocked. No wait, this one we just got in. We've never had this one in
I thought
here.
we had that. We've had a Black Phillip one, but I believe that was the primitive
Hair. We still have that one actually in stock. But yep.
Another
Wouldst
Black
thou
Phillip.
like to live deliciously? Based on the movie The Witch, which came out in 2015, I think, or 2016.
If you like creepy stuff, it's great.
It's like it's creepy and kind of slow
and claustrophobic.
It's kind of like watching Hereditary or Midsommar. It's that
it's
kind
the
of
same.
horror
It's the
movie.
same film or production company.
Yep,
A24.
But yeah,
They make some excellent creepy, like unsettling horror.
unsettling horror. It's not like
It's
not a slash or anything like that.
There is gore,
but it's just mainly
and child endangerment.
Yeah, it's not a comfortable movie to watch.
it's really
but
not.
It's really good. Speaking of movies that you probably don't want to show your kids, though,
I saw it when I was a kid.
saw it when I was a kid, but that was the 80s, and you know
We were
it
poorly
was-
supervised.
it was- no, I was very well supervised, but for some weird reason, there were certain movies that my parents showed me as a child that, as I got older, I was like, why?
I have a story about this. So.
Poltergeist. I saw Poltergeist when I was probably like 6 years old. I was talking to my mom later. I'm like, why did you show me that? It scared the crap out of me.
I think I saw this before I saw Poltergeist.
Right.
It's from Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
And if you saw, I don't know if we posted it on. I think we posted it on the.
I think we did post it
thing,
on our Instagram. We dressed as sort of a Beetlejuice and Lydia. It was great. That was fun. So yeah, we have the handbook for the recently deceased, which is a really, really cute pattern there. I like that one so much.
I saw Beetlejuice when I was like, I don't know. I lost my first tooth, so I was like, what? How old are kids when they start losing teeth? Like 6?
About it depends.
6, something like that. And the timing would have been right. And I was at a friend's birthday party eating that sheet Detroit style pizza where it's like squares. Bit into it, lost the tooth. In the process, didn't realize that and swallowed it.
Which is perfect for watching Beetlejuice.
Yeah,
honestly.
that's my weird Beetlejuice story. Also, watch the musical if you can. Well, there aren't any like pro shots of it where it's like the actual like production things. I think it got shut down in the process of the pandemic thing. But if you can find it or listen to the soundtrack, it's actually really funny.
Yep, I haven't watched that one yet. I'm gonna have to do that.
I saw part of it, like
but
the
not
very
much.
beginning of it.
Then we have another. This one's really cute. This is one I've been meaning to do for ages. Witchcrafts. You know, because crafts.
And witchy things.
Witchy things. And then the Christmas pattern that we've stocked. This one I think is a newer one of hers, but it's Merry Creepmas. So if you like Christmas but also like creepy things, perfect. So that's about.
It's like if you consider Nightmare Before Christmas a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie.
I just think it's Halloween. Like I don't watch it on
It's
Christmas.
mainly
I only
set
watch
at
it
Christmas.
I
though.
know, but it's more Halloween to me.
Because like the very beginning is like, oh, that's it, good Halloween, guys, and then Jack's like,
And then
I
we
think
go
I'm gonna
try to
steal Christmas.
and then we go try and appropriate Christmas. Don't do that.
It's like just appreciate it, Jack. Just appreciate Christmas. But yeah, it's like Die Hard. There's the eternal argument: is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
I also consider Carol a Christmas movie, and it's just because it's set during Christmas. The rest of it has like literally nothing to do.
Much like Die Hard.
I'm fine with considering Die Hard a Christmas movie. I stitched a Christmas pattern with that Yippee-ki-yay quote on it for a friend. Hi, Martha.
So that's it for all the new stuff that we have in. Yeah, that's about it for us. We should probably actually get to work on filling those orders that are stacking up from the Black Friday sale. So nice to see everyone again. Say hi in the comments. Tell us what you're working on. Tell us if there's anything you'd like for us to carry, that kind of stuff, and we'll be happy to look into it for you. But yep, and shop our sale.
Also, like, subscribe, comment,
All that stuff.
I want to see if that actually works, because I heard that was an algorithm thing with YouTube. Like, if they hear it in your video, then it gets bumped up more. So let's see. Let's test that.
Yep.
Because the algorithm on this website's interesting.
All right. Thanks for watching.
All right.
Bye.